The engineering firm WSP USA recently selected 4 context startup companies for its emerging growth partnership program's first cohort, which focuses on climate, resilience, and sustainability solutions. Those startups, DisasterTech for disaster planning and response, Bundle for one-stop procurement, Biotech for alternative fuel sources, and Spira for carbon negative concrete, are entering a pilot program with WSP to refine their products and processes. Leading that effort is Pooja Jain, Vice President of Strategic Innovation for WSP. She joins us today to discuss the program's goals and aspirations. Welcome, Pooja.
Thank you, John, for having me.
Pooja, what prompted WSP to launch this incubator, and had it been in place prior to the announcement this month?
This is a new program, John, at WSP, and really the genesis of this is that we know there's a lot of disruption coming into the market that we play in, the infrastructure, built environment, transportation, construction, a lot of disruption coming from technology lens into this market. And a lot of this disruption is in fact coming from the startup ecosystem, these very small niche companies that are very quick to react to trends, to market needs. And it seemed like the natural progression for WSP, and in fact, a very prudent next step to think about broadening our partnership to these tech companies, smaller tech companies, as opposed to a traditional partners, or in addition to a traditional partner, so to speak.
Yeah.
And this process kind of organically ties into the company's business lines. So when we look at these partnerships, we are looking for companies that nicely tie into our core competencies, our clear area of growth for us. And we look at startups that are operating in the markets that align with ours. They're primed for disruption and make for good partners to make our clients more successful.
Okay. Why is it easier for WSP to form alliances with startups than developing solutions internally?
This is a constant tension, John, for large companies, right? Do we do it ourselves or do we partner? And we ask these questions ourselves every day. And in choosing our partners, we are very deliberate. We choose partners in areas where we know it will take longer for us to react, that path may be longer for us. Whereas these startups, some of these companies, early stage companies, are ready to already pilot and deploy their technology. So why not bring those offerings to our clients today instead of waiting for a year when we may be ready to do it? So a lot of this is to some extent driven by our client needs and how immediate they are. And can we respond to them quick enough in a manner that our clients can benefit from it? And where it doesn't look like we can respond fast enough, the partnerships with these early stage companies are the better route to go. And that's how we kind of look at it. But it's a question we ask ourselves every day in selecting partners.
So it all comes down to speed to market then?
Exactly. You said it well. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, you chose the startups for the pilot program from 39 applicants.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about your vetting process and criteria.
Great question. First of all, I want to say when we put the call out and our call was only open for 2 weeks, I never expected to see 39 applications. So it was a very pleasant surprise. And it also was very telling that, in fact, there is a lot of early stage companies in the market who are hungry for partnering for larger companies that have client bases. So going back to your question about the process, I have to first of all say it was not an easy process in the sense that all these companies are great companies, right? So selecting 4 was a very hard task for us, and it required a very deliberate process. We went through kind of a 2-step process. One is, or actually a 3-step process. First of all, before even putting in a call out there, we want to make sure we are highlighting the strategic focus that we do intake in. So if you look at our website, our first cohort was climate resiliency sustainability. So we picked a sector and we said we wanted startups in that particular sector. When we got our 39 applications, our first litmus test was, do their offerings align with WSP's core competencies? which will then make sure this partnership is a success. Do we have internal executive champion and business line champion who believe in the startup's vision and solution? And can we offer them a growth within WSP and our clients? If we had an answer yes to those questions, we shortlisted them and said, we'll invite you to a pitch day. And we invited 8 out of the 39 to a pitch day. Mm-hmm. Now, this was an interaction with WSP leadership. Beyond the solution, we are looking for, is this a team we want to work with, right? There has to be that nice match or a nice marriage, so to speak. So in addition to looking at the solution in the pitches, which was very solution-focused pitch, we were looking for, hey, is this a great team that we're going to enjoy working with for the next 2-3 years? And coming out of that pitch day, 4 candidates bubbled up for us. And by the end of the pitch day, we had picked our partners. It was a hard choice to make, though. It wasn't easy. There was, in fact, one that we really wanted, but we also want to be, not pick 10, because then we're not doing justice to them and giving them the time that we want to. Really focus on 4. The 5th one we brought in and we said, you have a great solution. It may not be the right one for the partnership, but we can deploy it on 1-off or 2-off scenarios, and let's see where it goes. So we kind of did that as well. In addition to selecting the 4, is tying the remainings that made sense to specific opportunities within the company outside of the partnership framework.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. Now, these startups are entering into a pilot program. Mm-hmm. Who is likely to be involved in that program, and what are they going to be doing?
Sure. So from WSP side, we have our business line champion, a dedicated business line champion, who's kind of their point of contact within WSP. Then we have subject matter experts from WSP that come in based on the topic that is being discussed, based on the kind of feedback that the startup might be looking for, or based on what kind of clients they want to go after, right, with us. Now, from the startup side, we are looking for active engagement from their product team, because step number 1 is for us to understand their technology and product and make sure it aligns with what we can actually take to market with our clients, right? Or we can pursue jointly. So there's an active involvement between startups' product team and WSP. I do want to clarify, this is not all they do during the pilot phase. We are dedicating about, 2 hours a week of our time towards them, and we expect kind of their commitment to participate during that time with us, take feedback from us, update their product so it is ready for the clients that we want to chase together. It's a two-way street, is where it's a true partnership in that sense that we are learning about their product, they're learning about what our clients really need for that product to be deployable with them.
Mm-hmm. Will they be co-locating with your people at any stage?
No, we do not expect that co-location. And we've learned during the COVID, we can work in a virtual world. So why not leverage that? No, we do not co-locate. I think it's a bit of a, it can be difficult for companies to move people around, and we acknowledge that. The startups also benefit from not co-locating with us because our subject matter experts are located in a lot of different places. And we want them to have the benefit of being able to connect with all of them instead of co-locating in one area and not having the benefit of access to our resources across the board.
Mm-hmm. Pooja, what's going to determine whether WSP wants to work with any of these companies longer term outside of the pilot?
Absolutely. So this, at the end of the pilot phase, which for cohort 1 ends on April 30th, we want to determine that this is the product that our clients want. There is a market that WSP and the partner jointly want to pursue. These are the 2 answers we want to get to by the end of the pilot. And if the answer to the 2 is yes, then we have a 2-year term agreement, which can be extended for longer duration as time goes by.
Mm-hmm. Is that agreement exclusive? I mean, if this company was to develop something that was marketable or
Mhm.
they could monetize, would that be would does WSP have the rights to that product?
No, we do not take any exclusive rights to the product. We want to be good stewards in this ecosystem. These startups need to grow and flourish to have an impact that they're intending to have. And by us having exclusive access to the product, it means it limits their growth. So we do not take any exclusive rights. We can be one of their partners. So if they have other partners that can help them grow, they certainly are able to pursue those as well.
I see. My last question is,
We do sign
go ahead.
NDAs though. We do sign NDAs to protect them and to protect ourselves for the information that is shared during the pilot phase.
Hmm. Yeah, I would expect that's pretty boilerplate though, right? I would think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all of the NDAs we send out, we didn't get a single comment. They were signed.
Okay. This is cohort 1, which suggests there might be a cohort 2.
Mhm.
In the second round of this, what type of businesses would WSP be looking to align itself with?
Oh,
If
you're getting information. You're getting information hot off the press, John, right now.
Okay.
Our next cohort call for applications is going to go out next week, actually. So the timing is actually ripe in you asking me this question. It is going to be focused on a water national business line, and we've identified 4 to 5 strategic focus areas within water, which for us includes drinking water, water treatment, wastewater, and also natural resources. And we've identified 4 to 5 specific focus areas that we know technology could really help with. And that's what our next cohort is going to be asking for.
Very interesting. Pooja, thanks for sharing a couple of minutes of your time to explain this incubator and where it's going.
Absolutely. My pleasure, John.
Yeah. And thanks to our audience for joining us. This is John Caulfield from Building Design and Construction.